Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Archie, on the show this evening is AK and my mucker, all bear. How we doing, gentlemen?
Oh, fantastic.
Good evening.
Mate. Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
Carry on.
Good evening, Albert. Good evening, Oxford, the Techie team, and everybody that's listening.
All bear.
Aye, I'm great, guys. Before you ask me, how are you two doing?
Aye, sweet Caroline, yeah, I'm sweet.
Sweet Charlie.
Oh, no finished yet. How are you?
Aye, well.
I'm good, pal. I'm good. I'm just wolfing into a can of 7-Up. Go on, Danny Roll.
Yeah. Aye, listen, I said a bit last night about the game. Listen, not a nice night for football. Made it hard to defend. Kept a clean sheet. Played some decent stuff. Some poor stuff at times. Decision making, particularly in the middle third. A clean sheet against a decent side, let's be honest. All right, they're coming back for their break, and I don't think they like the conditions. I think there's a few Brazilians in their team, all but 1-0 win. If we'd had a couple of them earlier on, which we could have done quite easily in that competition, we could have been sitting excited about it, but it's gone. But still, it's a victory. It gets us in an extra few quid, because money talks, all better, so it's worth it. And so, decent night all round, mate.
Aye, it was a good night. It was, let's get it right. It was a great result. Great result in a manky night. Let's be honest about that. It's just wasn't conducive to good football up there, the weather last night. And I think basically we coped with the weather better than they coped with the weather. But it wasn't a great game to watch. It was football wise, that is. But we deserved a win, mate. There's no getting away from it. We did deserve the win. People saying that they weren't that good an outfit. I don't know so much. I think in a calm night, in perfect conditions, I think you'd have seen a different side with them. You don't win your own title 13 times in a trot if you're not a good side, mate. You're a good, a good club. Anyway, so I think we deserved it. Some of the silly stuff we were up to was just drives you to frustration, mate. It really does.
Final third. We'll come to that.
It just does your head in. Aye, no, we deserved it. We created enough chances. We did deserve the win.
Aye. AK.
Pretty much the same hymn sheet there as Albert. It wasn't a great night to play football, and there was a team going through the motions, so to speak. And there was a team with a wee bit on the line. I think the lack of quality in both teams was apparent sometimes, particularly with our missed chances. But I think we deserved the win, and we keep the momentum going, and hopefully take that into domestic now. But as far as Europe's concerned, it's been a bit of a damp squid this year. But it's £500,000 there, Ox, and it gets us much needed coefficient points. So it wasn't as if there was nothing at stake for us, but there was certainly more at stake for Ludo Goretz than it was for us, and that was apparent.
Aye, but if you were watching that game as a neutral, I always thought we looked to more lightly, apart from the last, what do you think, 5 minutes post injury time, Albert. I've got to be honest.
Aye, I don't think it troubles us that much at all, mate. Even the last, as you say, the last sort of 6 minutes injury time, you're expecting, oh, here we go. But it just sort of fizzled out. We done our job. I don't think it was manufactured, like get it in the corner, keep it in the corner, but it sort of just fizzled out. I thought we Curtis showed a wee bit of experience there as well. It was nice to see. But nah, there wasn't much in it, mate. I thought our defence played really well, I'll be honest with you. And that's 3 low knees and an experienced centre half, which is good going if you think about it.
We're outfield team. I've not done it yet. I didn't have time today. Our outfield team must be one of the youngest we've ever played in Europe, AK.
Just looking at the team there, Oxide, there's certainly a lot of young boys in the team there, and you're probably talking about Raskin, and that is one of the more experienced players, and he's only mid-20s or that now, isn't he? So it's a young team. It's the end of the beginning. So I think I just wish we could start the season again, so to speak. But it is what it is. We got the victory, and now we look forward to Dundee at the weekend.
I mean, I know people are saying they weren't great, and right, they weren't great on the night, you know, but they've got a wee bit of pedigree, so I think we've been a wee bit flippant sometimes in some of the things I've read. Yeah, but we won the game, and if we had been in the mix, you wouldn't have worried how good they were all there. You'd have just took the result and moved on.
That's it. I mean, they weren't as bad as people's trying to make out. I mean, I looked at them and went, we played worse teams in Europe this year than them. We coped well. And the weather, the big part to play in it, obviously. But it's strange, isn't it? Every time we seem to beat somebody, they're not the greatest team. They're never the greatest team. You know what I mean? And we've beat over the years, the recent years as well, some quality teams, some real quality teams. But it doesn't matter who we get or who we play or what we win. As soon as we win, it all changes, mate. The narrative just changes. But at the end of the day, it's who cares? We won. And we had to win because of the coefficient. We're quite sure if that's it, or we'll still go to beat Porto or whatever it is. I think it's all down to...
There's a lot of storms, perfect storms. Things have to go against us, you know, but we'll just keep an eye on it. But if we keep winning, that's all we can do, Kate.
That's it. It's in our own hands. I mean, I don't know if you seen it there, Albert. I posted I think it's the up-to-date kind of table, the coefficient. Olympiacos are like 3/4 of a point behind us. They've got Ajax away from home, I think the last game, and they're coming off the back of a good victory against Bayer Leverkusen. And they're not doing particularly great, Ajax, in the Champions League this year, so it's no a gimme. But if they could do us a favour, then it really doesn't matter what happens in Porto, and hopefully we get that first spot. But it only matters if we're going to win the league then. But it still is important. It goes hand in hand.
That's exactly it, mate. And they're the same. I think they're sitting third in the league as well, mate. So we'll see where it takes us. But we have to just keep this momentum going. Albert, if I had said to you October time, we were going to get in back where we are, we're going to have some decent form, our defence was going to stop giving away a lot of goals, and we'd have won 7 matches in a row. What would you say to me?
Well, so I was saying to you, open that sealed envelope I put at the beginning of the season, and you'd have probably found all that information in there, you know what I mean? So I've seen it coming. I don't know, beers. I can lie with the best of them, mate.
And what would you really have said?
No chance. Absolutely no chance. You didn't see it coming. Put it this way, if Martin was still in charge, I think we'd be sitting about 6 or 7 from the table, still trying to get a victory in what do you call it, the Europe, and probably scraped a win by what do you call them, Annan, to get through to the next round. Maybe he'd be still in the Scottish Cup. I'll just say they put it that way, if he was still in charge. But it's people are saying it's quite remarkable. It's remarkable in as much as when you play, you strip football down to its basic components, its basic parts. You know what I mean? It just becomes a simple game. It's not that difficult. You just get guys who can play football really well, but the actual tactics and the actual playing as a team, it's simple enough, mate. Move it, pass and move, pass and move. It's just the same thing. And they big parts, just know your geography. You should be a certain place at a certain time. That's it. Done and dusted. What Martin done, I mean, I really don't know what he was trying to do. I can understand some of the things he was trying to get them to do, but when players are not buying into it, they're not buying into it. And so you can talk to them all you want, lecture them all you want, say this, say that, say the next thing. But if they're not wanting to do it, they're not wanting to do it, and they didn't want to do it.
I get it.
I mean, Mother was a good example. I mean, Mother playing some good football. It's the same football that Martin wanted to play. It's the same system that he wanted to play. They're just doing it a lot better. and they've got players that are buying into it, and you can see how well they play because they really are a good football team.
Aye. What would you say, Dakey, October?
Help. No, it wasn't going anywhere if we're all honest. I mean, her DNA doesn't allow us to kind of throw in the towel that early in the season, but it wasn't good on the eye. Said it long before. Your eyes don't lie, and I think Kavanagh realised that the wool was getting pulled over his eyes, and the results were apparent. What they were telling him was a pack of lies compared to the results. Ibrox was beginning to empty. There was apathy in the stands. There wasn't much effort going in the park. Teams who we should have neighbour up against us were outplaying us and getting shots away and goal where they shouldn't be getting near our box. And it was all self-inflicted stuff, as Albert touched on there. If your players don't buy into what you're trying to sell them, you know, they can very easily get you short of a job, and it has proved that other clubs across Europe this early in the season, if they don't buy into it, you're on a loser. And then players aren't daft, you know. The main thing that Danny Rowe is got with him is he started winning pretty much early on, and when you're winning, that's when you can get the players on side a wee bit and you can see what he's trying to do, and eventually that'll click and that'll come. But obviously the jigsaw pieces, it wasn't his puzzle to start with, so now he's beginning to, you know, get the kind of parts, the players that he wants in, and he's got a tune out of players who maybe we thought were all, you know, no more beyond kind of Christmas time, but their run of victories has breathed a bit of fresh air into the club and a bit of belief into the players and into the support, and that's apparent in the league table now. Just it's applying pressure, New York City.
Take a breath, mate. Take a breath. We don't want to go straight to the tune, yeah?
I'm all excited.
Well, I know it's Friday night, mate, but the show will be finished. We'll let you go. Right? Look, somebody sent me a text last night. Wouldn't it be right to mention the guy's name on air? But he said that the team had 8 last night, had 8 signings of Kevin Thirlwell. Would you want to comment on that over? What's your thoughts?
What's your thoughts? It's a fact. I was just laughing at it and saying to myself, we slaughtered him, we called him for everything, and rightly so. But you said, I think we all admit we might have got some of these players right. We've misread some of these players. You have to critique what you see, right enough. But hopefully, a lot of them, they will sign all terms it round and proves his aura. It'd be really good. Wee bit of humble pie for his all would be nice, but they're not there yet. They're only starting it. They're only starting the turnaround, so we'll wait and see. Hopefully they carry on. But it's nice to see that they're actually showing a bit now. But 8 of them last night. 8 of them won that part last night.
I thought 6 of them done all right. I thought our 2 wide men didn't contribute much. And, you know, they gave the ball.
By the way, just to touch on it, if you're listening to Roll last night before the game, he actually turned around and says this is possibly our strongest team at the moment. He's no counting the players up signed, obviously, but he's saying this is possibly the strongest team that we've got. And I'm looking and going, 8 Thirlwell signings, this is the strongest team. Oh Christ, we're in trouble. But it's true. That there was 8 of them on. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, you're cutting a slice. You're cutting a slice.
Yeah, I don't need any humble pie. I was the one that slaughtered them for the start of the season. The players, I was willing to give them a chance, but the results, as I said, they buy you time. But no, you didn't hear me slaughtering the team and the players at the start of the season. That's no my style, mate.
You must have been the only one.
Well, you can critique, but certainly no slaughter, no publicly.
What's this? You know, I thought young Magoma, who's became consistent, Giga came on to a game last night with being outstanding. Big Fernandez at times does good things, and concentration looks to be slowly improving. That height and pace is an asset. I thought Asgard again done okay. His wee flick made the goal along with Chermiti, and I did think the 2 wide men were poor out of the piece. But that can happen at any time, AK, can it?
Aye, of course. I just don't think that Mikey Moore's going to affect the game in that kind of that role. He needs to be the central guy for me to get the most out of him. But he's not going to spit the dummy out the pram or that. He's going to follow out the instructions that Danny Rose gave him as best as he can. Gassama, by the way, I heard that a thing tonight, and you could maybe check this out. Gassama is featured in every single game for Rangers this year.
Aye, he's turned up for his work. I've criticised him. You know, how do I put this? You can't accuse Kasama of being a council worker, albeit not turning up for his work.
I've got my lawyers listening.
It's true. It's true. Get your work, mate. Get your work.
It's only, what is it, slander and libel? I always get the two mixed up. It's only one another they keep. It's not true. Carry on.
Right, now.
Man, that might be the problem. Because I mean, might have been playing too much, but at the moment, he's last night his passing was dreadful, absolutely dreadful.
I actually made
you've
a
got to
note
say
of
it.
it. I don't do it often, but I watched it and I just made a wee note on the pad when he in the first half, and I don't know if it was his first pass or maybe his second pass. For then onwards, the next 7 passes, and some of them were difficult. He gave the ball away, mate. He passed the opposition, mate.
I was trying to figure out if he actually made a pass last night. He gave it away that often. He did some nice things, and he beat.
He has good running with the ball.
I had a couple of nice wee jinks. Nice. Oh, you're like, oh, here we go now, and then just tries to pass the ball, simple ball, and gives it away. You're like, what's happening here, son? What are you doing here? Same as we Mikey Moore. He overplayed it. We Mikey Moore, but wee boy's work rate second to none. He does do his shift. I'll give that boy that, Joe. Even though he's a talented player, he still does his shift, mate. He never had a particularly good game last night. His decision making in the last third was pretty poor, really, honestly poor. But again, he done his shift. He kept tore in. He just get tore right in. And I liked him for that. You're saying cracking football player, the wee boy. He's a cracking football player, and he's got that talent. But sometimes you've just got to do the obvious thing that's in front of you instead of trying to be too elaborate.
I think it was last night, mate. I'm going to be real honest. I thought he was poor, right? Like, do you know what I think he tried to do? He tried too hard. Yeah.
Maybe,
Aye, because you're trying to do stuff for yourself on your own when the right decision is to pass the ball. And what you're forgetting there, AK, he's 18, not played that many first team games, the piece really. So I know he's not a player, but he'll learn for that. Yeah, just to go back to Kasama, he started 18 league games, 4 as substitute. In total, he started 31 games and 7 substitute appearances. So he's been involved, I think, league games. I think Matondo and Madul in total in 7 seasons, if you had their 4 and their 3 together, was 22. And he started 18 all there. So you've got to say the boy's turning up for his work and has that attitude. You always think he looks as if his lips trembling on the pitch, but he's turning up for his work, mate.
Sometimes last night, I didn't think he looked interested again last night, but maybe it's just overplayed. Maybe that's the problem. Because wingers are wingers. They're hot and cold. You never know what you're going to get with a winger. You know that yourself. 1 minute they keep on fire and they turn up to a game and you're like, best player in the world. Turn up the following week and you're like, have you ever seen a boss? It's just wingers. Wingers are wingers. They do these things. But when they're on their game, they do get bums off seats, mate. They do light the park up. They really make it exciting because we know that for our days as boys, watching the great wingers. But he does turn up for his work and you can't deny it. Maybe the boy needs a rest. Maybe that's what it's all about. I don't know. So I know he's not playing well, put it that way.
Aye. And he has to get his domestic goals have to improve. He's got a total of 6 goals for us, mate. But 4 out of the last 5 have been in Europe, mate. The last time he scored was away in Dundee, mate. So he has to start chipping in with goals because he is a forward player. I didn't think he was great last night. It was part of a lot of the talking points because people were talking about the referee. personally, I've not seen it back in the day, but my initial thoughts were he did take a dive in the second half, and then he didn't get a couple of fouls that I thought were fouls. But that's what happens when you take that dive, AK, innit?
I heard a bit of your analysis last night, and you're right. Your card gets marked with the referee early doors if he thinks he's getting duped into making decisions where he doesn't think there is a decision to make. And then when later on in the game there is actually a foul, because he's went down kind of theatrically, he's not going to get it. Play on. Listen, it's lessons that need to get learned, and he needs to get that out of his system. You know, they're better players than him. Had to learn the harsh lesson. Ronaldo being the obvious one. Once he stopped the theatrics, he was a far better player, a far better team player as well. And any free kicks or that run about the edge of the area where we can be dangerous, we're getting rewarded with them then. So if that's a bit Gassama needs to learn for, then fine. But Danny Rowe needs to get the message through to him then. You're doing yourself no favours, kid.
Can I say something on that? It's I heard you all say that last night, and Big AK's agreed with. I don't agree with. I think he's a wrong. We guy is diving. There's no doubt about that. And you're right about Rowe having a word with him, big man. Yeah, that's what he should be doing. But let's put it this way: we had a debate with Jim last week about referees. And part of the thing I was saying is they're cheating, and they're going, well, they're not really they're cheating, and that referee was cheating last night as well. The reason he's cheating is that you turn around and say, he sees he's diving, so the next he's not going to give him anything. That in itself is cheating. If he's diving, book him. Book him. You have a right to book him. Just say we're booking you. But if it's a foul, it's a foul. And if you don't give the foul,
but when somebody at any level,
but wait a minute. I'm not finished yet. If it's a foul, give the foul. If you don't give the foul, you know it's a foul, and you're just not getting it because he dived a couple of times before it. If you don't give the foul, you're actually influencing the game. And if you're influencing the game, you're not refereeing the game. You're not there to influence the game. You're there to referee the game. So that's what they should be doing. In fact, I think that referee last night went to the same Nick Walsh refereeing school, because he's right up there with that clown.
He had a mad 20 minutes, mate, but he lost the plot, yeah. You know, and obviously we'd a few bookings for pulling jerseys, etc. Which you said booking, there's no argument. But then it seemed to happen the other way. Nothing. There was
nothing happened,
I can understand that, but no, I don't agree with you, mate. I think in football, since the game started, if somebody tries to, it gets caught trying to, it's at all levels, it's always happened, mate. And if you take a dive, mate, and then it's 50-50 for the next decision, usually it goes against you, mate. I think it's part of the game.
But that's different. It's a 50-50. That's different. But they weren't 50-50s.
No, they look fouls, mate. They look fouls.
So 50-50, I agree with what you're saying. Or you've just paid him off, and he's going, well, I don't know if it's a dive. I don't know if it's a true foul, so I'm not going to give you. But that makes sense, mate. But if you know it's a foul, you're just not getting it because he dived. That's cheating, mate. That is cheating.
But I think he's got to learn, mate. That he's a tricky player, and you see he does some. He's great running with the ball, AK, right? That's his strength. Passing, isn't it? And I don't even know if crossing is. You know, and he has to start influencing the game going forward. I don't think he's been great for a few weeks personally, but the team's been winning. Yeah, the team's been winning.
He's got a role to play in the team, and his strength is obviously in the final third of the part, or the other half of the part, so that the quality needs to get better. But it's part of the game now, Albert. As I say, that you've looked at players in the past and the theatrics, they don't do themselves any favour. I don't like to see, personally, Rangers players going down easy in the deck. I mean, Laudrup didn't go down easy in the deck for me. He road tackles, and he got rewards because he could do that, and he was still a threat to the opposition. Listen, I know what you're saying. If referees have got it in their head that they're not going to get regardless. There was a story actually I seen in a podcast with an old English referee where Ian Wright was getting kicked up and down the place, I think, with Crystal Palace players or Nottingham Forest players, and the referee was just giving him a lesson because he was biting his ear all game. He's like, listen, I'm just got to let them kick you, and then they get wind of it and they were hoffing him into it. But right, learned his lesson. just go on with the game and stop complaining to the referee, sort of thing, you know.
I
This
mean,
is the
that
thing.
happens and all. That happens and all. But well, listen, well, he's got to learn that, especially with VAR now, Albert. Even if you manage, say it's in the box and you manage to get the penalty, well, they're going to have a look at it and you might lose it. Yeah, the game's changed. You've got to play it slightly different now. Yeah.
But wait a minute. You're saying this then the other time you're contradicting yourselves and saying it's part of the game. It's either all right for everybody to do it or nobody to do it. It can't just be one player or one team. At the end of the day, you're telling me it's part of the game. I agree with you, it is part of the game. I don't agree you should accept it's part of the game. I agree there should be protests and all sorts of people talking about it that's watching and running the game, because it's killing the game as far as I'm concerned. If you're going to start that, you should be booked. But I'm like you for years and years and years now. I mean, I'm 69 now, and I'm telling you right now, all the times we've played in Europe when I was younger, do you remember the Italians? You touched them, they done about 20 runs or this carry.
It was a thing, wasn't it? It was a thing. European
but us in Britain decided we've had enough of it. It wasn't just Rangers, every team in Britain was going through this in Europe. And you decided, well, you can't beat them, join them. And that's what's happened in Europe. We've adopted the South American and the European style, winning free kicks and penalties into our game. Now we're all doing it. Everybody's sitting going, oh, well, it's not part of the game. It shouldn't be part of the game. Same as the professional fouls. You're watching it. I mean, I watched Rangers players pulling them back last night. And you think that Trumpet was commentating that game apart from McCoy's. In fact, McCoy had to pull him up a few times. You think we're the first people ever to pull people back? It happens to us all the time. And you're sitting going, well, there's not as much furore about pulling people back when it's other teams, but it seems to be when Rangers players there. What are we supposed to be? The Boy Scouts of world football? Everybody's doing it, but we're the ones that's getting held. We're getting chastised for it, commentary-wise. I'm talking about. No, it's not acceptable. If you're going to eradicate it, let's eradicate it. You get caught diving, right, and you've got VAR there. And by the way, look at VAR. Hearts got a penalty against us that wasn't a penalty, and that's with VAR looking at it. So that cheat did work, even with VAR. That's another thing that we're not taking into consideration.
That consideration, eh? Aye, we thought VAR was coming in to take that out again, you know.
You couldn't cheat.
Aye, you couldn't buy one because it would be double checked. I mean, how many times have you seen something live and you thought it was that's a Stonewall penalty, and you've seen it back in the TV? In any game, you think, wow, didn't even touch him, yeah. But in live time, you thought, that's a Stonewaller, yeah. You know?
Because they're getting coached. If they professional football players were honest about it, if you talk to any ex-professional, tell you they're at training, they're coaching them to do it. That's big part of the game. And what did Andy Walker say one day? I won a penalty for the team. What do you mean you won it? But what's their penalty? But I won it for my team. You're going, is this what it's doing to then? Just the biggest cheat wins there. This is may as well just go and do what you want. And it's that professional foul. That's the one that really annoys me, man. It just grates me.
Maybe we'll discuss it another night, mate, because we're not in such a good run. We've not got a game last night and a game thing, but because there is a point of view, sin bins, third cards, whatever, you know what I mean? Because the game's changed, and I get it, mate, I get it. And the game's about goals, AK, and I was reading some stuff about, I'm talking about in world football, people are saying, well, that's killing it, it's killing the enjoyment, even in the house when people score goals. You know, the emotion, they've ripped the emotion out of football, and we didn't see it coming.
Aye, listen, I think I spoke about that a wee while ago. We're killing the emotion, and it's totally driven for the armchair supporter. You're in that stadium, you have not got a clue what the game's getting stopped for. What they're looking at, is it a potential red card? Is it a handball? Is it an offside? They're killing it, and they're overstepping the mark. It's all right, very well, the technology and the TV companies and all that are in there to improve with the finances and everything that goes. You've got to get better players coming, but see, when you're killing the very foundation going to football, you go to football to get entertained, to watch goals, to see your team win. hopefully, and then you go to work on a Monday morning again with a smile on your face.
Hopefully.
You've not got a clue. Not got a clue, honestly. It's killing again, the sport. The finances, killing competition, VAR, killing the emotion at the game. You can't celebrate a goal. It's no good. For me, I would scrap it, mate, honestly would. But I think it's going to be there to stay now, isn't it?
Again, maybe at another time we could have a full debate on that. But listen, on the piece, who did you give man of the match to last night? What was your thinking, Albert?
I went with everybody, dear man, mate, all day long. I
thought
still
he
think
did
he's a stupid. I still think he's a stupid player, but he had a good game last night.
I thought he did a decent game, mate, and he worked hard. He really worked hard, mate. He seemed to appear all over the pitch, and he obviously gets a goal. That's worth an extra mark in it. You get the winning goal, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I thought the midfield. I thought the defence done okay. I thought the best unit last night was the midfield. I didn't think my front three functioned much. I thought Shermiti was a pick of the three, and obviously he was better than Majovsky when he came on. AK, what was your rationale?
Diamande as well. He's he came on as a second half sub at Parkhead a few weeks ago. He's really been excellent. I think he recognises the additions, the quality that's happening with Rangers, and he's the realisation that I need to get my finger out here if I want to stay in this club long term. And he's getting his pals in round about him. That Nordsjælland must have been some team there a few years ago. You get Skov Olsen and Ant-Man and that coming in there. So Diamande, very good last night. And that's why we bought him. But maybe Oxy touching on the VAR just briefly. See the Americanism that's introduced into the EPL and the referees explaining the decisions through the tannoy and all that. That's pure Americanism theatre now, isn't it? I just don't get that. I don't see what that adds to this, apart from explaining to the people in the stadium, obviously. But it just looks totally contrived to me.
Oh, easy in Scotland for Walsh and Clancy and all. They'll just put the wee mic on and go, I hate you, you're Rangers, I hate you. So that's my decision. That's it there.
Did I read that a team's had 4 penalties against them in 24 games in one competition and none in 87? Did I read that, AK? That wouldn't be possible, would it?
Red cards, yep. 4 red cards in 24 games and 0 in 86 domestic matches. Amazing, isn't it?
It's not amazing. It's not even think the referee's
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at, Albert?
No, it's people who try to defend it, mate. They're very, very quiet, aren't they? The usual mouthpieces, they're all quiet. Figures are there blatantly.
Albert, the last time Celtic get somebody sent off at Parkhead, 2022.
I was still at school.
Aye, that's not to do with their penalties, that's because you were slow. You get held back for a few years.
I'm still wearing short trousers at 30.
That's because you're wee.
I
Better get the phone lines opened. Better get the phone lines opened.
Aye, go for it, Paul.
I get it, trip, sir.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, Diamande, aye. Good result. Move on. Bigger games to fry, all better. And number 7, got to make it 8 on Sunday, yes?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Just the way you mentioned the defence last night, and a mental horrible night, mate. That was the easy defending, that. It really was. The end could have happened, any slip, anything. But anyway, why? Only Sunday, mate. Only Sunday.
Aye. Make it 8. 8 up, AK, the form then becomes decent. And if we win on Sunday, and hopefully we do, things are moving on and it's bubbling up. Yeah? Bubbling up.
We're doing our bit for a change, pal. We've been in this position before and we've always seemed to to slip up, but going out of Europe might actually work in our favour this time, because probably our games will go Wednesday, Saturday now, and maybe they'll be playing Thursday, Sunday, you know. So Hearts have had that advantage so far this year with slipping out the League Cup early. They've also went out the Scottish Cup early, so they've basically concentrate fully on the league, but they've getting a couple of injuries to key players there. It's a squad game. We're building our squad. We're building momentum.
All right, big game Sunday, and even the club think that. They sent out a video today. If you go on the website, you'll see it, but we're going to play it because we think the music's pretty stunning. Let's hear for the club.
It's a special place, Ibrox. It can hold 50,000. But it comes alive when we're all in it. It starts in the stands, with you, the noise, the energy, and it ends with 3 points. This running needs every one of us. We all have a part to play. Now, we hunt. Step by step, song by song. This match, then the next one. If you've got a ticket, make it count. If you're feeling it, follow us. If you believe, bring it with you. We've been through it together. Now we drive on together. Ibrox isn't Ibrox without you. Full house, full voice, full 90.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Whoever put that together, that gets the hair in the back of your neck standing up, and that's what we're all about: stability and unity. I've said it for long enough. You get Ibrox rocking, get behind the team, and we can do anything. Brilliant.
Yeah, time we put the shoulder to the wheel. Forget what's happened, everybody, shoulder to the wheel. Huh?
See, it to stop me there. I was with the jacket on, the scarf, and the sash. I was at the front doors. He's following me back. Jesus, you've got another day off to wait. By the way, settle down. Aye. It's I mean, it shows you the Yanks, and they're no daft. They're no daft. They see that Ibrox empty, and they're like, no. It's going to do something here. Let's start with getting the right manager, and let's start getting results. Roll. It's results. Start getting it. We don't care how you do it. Get results, and he's done it. And the players have done it. And then it's all right. We'll need to show them we're going to back them. Brought in, which we hope is 3 quality signings. We'll not know that till we see them right enough. But by all accounts, they're 3 quality signings. So now they're asking you. We're doing everything we can. We want you to come back to Ibrox and start supporting the team. You can't ask for much better than that, mate. It's as simple as that. And it's all together, mate. We're all in. It's all together. And 16 cup finals. Let's do it.
Here, mate. Here. Yes. You've got a point to make, AK.
I was just going to say, the Motherwell half-time draw, everybody that was there, Big DJ came on the party and he gave a rousing speech. He finished no surrender, and the crowd were, yes, that's what we want to hear. Well, ever for that message, that's where the 7-game run started. 15 goals, 2 conceded, and 5 clean sheets.
And you say the Big DJ should have got Stevie Smith, Joe?
He might have been in the dressing room.
You should have got the stadium announcers, Joe. That's what you should have got.
You McKee's Ibrox.
I listen to this pan out like that. But funny enough, he did mention the Scots in the team, and that was interesting last night. They started 11s. There wasn't a Scot or a Bulgarian. Did you pick up that up there?
Aye, I heard McCoy's that clown talking about it. Did you hear McCoy's pulling him up when he started it by being late starting or something? He said, "Oh, we might have to look at this. It's not right." And McCoy's went, "You need to watch what you're doing and cut your own throat." It's basically it's a Scottish team. What are you going on about this for? Just shut up. Don't making a big deal out of nothing. The commentators are good at that right now.
Oh.
Aye. Not a Scotsman. Not a Scotsman, mate.
Aye, it's going to be interesting. And things seem to be bubbling off. Things seem to be bubbling along quite nicely in the transfer front. So I don't know if anything will happen this weekend, but maybe a couple outs and maybe a couple ins, AK. Maybe.
Aye, well, things are quietly getting done behind the scenes, the business with Kieran Dow through the week, which we broke exclusively, even though other platforms claimed it. Our south side broke the news and we got it right. But aye, it'd be good to get some money off the books to allow potentially others to come in. But I'm just loving what Danny Rowe and Andrew Kavanagh are doing now. Everything's closed shop, everything's in house, and then we get the head of the scarf moment, 3 players at once. Kept looking for this Scott Wilson guy, but I believe it's Scott Wilson.
That's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
I'm just calling him Scott Wilson. Hope anybody listening says it's Scott Wilson. They hear it that way.
By the way, I'm going to say something, right? And don't take this the wrong way. But see, if you could take it back a few months, mate, when Russell Martin was the manager, there was nays laughing. That's what Danny Rowe and the players have done. Yes, talking about laughing
Aye.
and smiling. We joined by Big Stevie. Evening, big man.
How you doing, boys? All right? How's things?
All right, pal.
Stevie.
Good, mate.
Is that AK and Albert? Yes, so
Yes.
two of the best there. Yes.
Yep.
Very esteemed panel. That's all I'm going to say there. I'm
It's a
on
steaming
the
panel.
phone to- Aye, that as well. We have all.
AK's always on the panel.
I liked what wee ditty. I heard you talking about the wee ditty that Rangers put together the day. Does that mean I can take my flute on Sunday?
That's
Well, it
it.
depends where you're sitting, Biggie.
Oh, well, you know where I'm sitting. I want to thank you very much. So,
No me, mate. No me. Ross it was.
oh, was it Ross? Was it?
Ross.
Aye, well,
Ross-
tell Ross
Ross
all the best.
Ross in Holland, by the way. Ross in Holland.
Aye. Oh, well, he'll be kicking about with his clubs on. I'll get the boy a few drinks whenever I bump into him. Tell him that was a nice touch. So I'm going to make it a wee family day out, okay, on Sunday. So I'm going to be on my best behaviour, all right?
Yes.
Oh,
Only Stevie. Only you, Stevie, can get a ticket for Ibrox out in Orange Country. Only you, mate. Well done.
Nothing wrong with that. You know the song, if I had one son, I would have another 10.
You tried your best, Biggie.
Well, so I did, yes. Yes, we try to outvote them. But anyway, my team's doing good. Listen, it starts on Sunday, doesn't it? This is a business side now. This is we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. And fair play to the board. They're back Danny Rowe, and they've brought 3 signings in. And by the way, there's a couple of rumours going about there'll be another one, possibly 2. But even if another one came in, would that not be great? It gives a wee lift that we need. I mean, I can't wait to see these boys, and we've got plenty of players doing different positions. 2 players here for that, 2, and that's pushing each other. They'll be pushing each other to get into the team. So there's nobody guaranteed there they're going to get a jersey. You know, as soon as they're playing bad, they'll be hooked, and somebody else will be in. So look, all's going well. So what's that? 8 out of 9 games we've won. So we just keep it going. We just keep snowballing, just keep going. We can't ask for any more than that, boys. No, that's it. 1 goal for, none against last night. That's it. We did that at the end of the season. We've won a league. No.
Do you feel the atmosphere growing, Stevie? Do you feel it?
It's getting better, isn't it? It's getting better. You know, I've not looked at the ceiling for a wee while now, so it's been. You can feel it. It's building again, and do you know the bad thing about it's going to get better? It's going to be worse for tickets, isn't it? So, you know, the better we get, the harder it is to get tickets. But I mean, see, we were talking about tickets, but that, did you see the boy who went up to Aberdeen dressed as a plumber? That was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. So it was. And I mean, that's the kind of support we've got. You've got guys going up there dressed as a plumber, and he gets in. And just see that one jacket fits all. They've not got a clue. They have not got a Scooby-Doo. I mean, I've been up there and all, but the one jacket fits all, get in front doors and ask where's the way end. Getting, oh.
Do we know any plumbers that don't? Do we know any plumbers that don't use their equipment much?
You know the story about Dumbarton dressed as a nurse, mind that? The old cage fighter. Brilliant. We've done every trick in the book to team our team, but it's only going to get harder. Danny Rowell's listen, whatever he's doing, just keep doing it. And do you know what I like about the guy? It was easy for him after a Celtic Rangers game to brag and say, we're back, this and that. He's kept his powder dry, he's no said nothing. He's just, it reminds me, his mannerisms, all right, we know he's chairman and everything, but it reminds me a wee bit of Walter Smith, how he's got respect for his opponents. So the boy just keeps doing what he's doing in the dressing room. He's getting the best out of the ones that we thought were rubbish under other managers. So we just keep our powder dry. This is a business side. The talking's to be done in the park now. Let's just get out there, get behind the team and get it gone. The wee bit of the day, if that doesn't get the hair stirring up the back of your neck, I heard AK, you know, I mean, if that doesn't get your blood pumping and you want to go there on Sunday and sing your heart out and get behind the boys, get the 3 points and then they're playing the heart. So no matter what happens there, it's gone our way, innit? So, no, we're in a win-win, and then we take it for there. They've to come to Ibrox next. You know, the old kiddie fiddlers. So everything's gone our way. Just game at a time. Lena Martel, one day at a time.
Yeah. I'll not mention about turning up again to the game impersonating a plumber. It wouldn't be right, mate, but he's right. The atmosphere is growing, isn't he?
I was wondering where my plumbing stuff went to that weekend. Hi, vis, I know. Brilliant. Listen, Steve, I was going to ask you, you were at that Motherwell game. I seen your comment with Big DJ. What was your thoughts and feelings when he said the words?
Yeah, listen, he spoke for everyone who's sitting in the stands, didn't he? He just spoke for everyone. And do you know what I liked about the big game that was refreshing was he didn't try and paper out any cracks. He told you how it was. This is rubbish. Where's the fight? Where's the desire? Do people know what it is to wear that badge? He said, and there's a lot of no surrender going about this play. And I think he had a wee pop at some of the fan base and all when he said that, to be honest. Because some of the fan base had their white flags up and had his beat, and it was all doom and gloom all the time. Look, he spoke for me anyway, and it was refreshing to hear a guy telling the truth. What's that first half all about? That was a disgrace. Where's the fight? Where's the desire? So when you hear an ex-player like Big DJ, who's been there, seen it and done it, let's be honest, you can't buy experience. So Big DJ's went out there and he's no put it this way, he's no went with the script, that's for sure. So, but I'll tell you what, biggest cheer of the day. It was absolutely fantastic. And it's merry that we want to hear. It's merry that we want to hear run about the place. We've got traditions and we need to keep as many of them, but we can't let any more go. It's plain as simple as that. So, I spoke for me, definitely.
Albert?
I spoke for me as well, mate. It's definitely. It's time to knuckle down now and get the sleeves rolled up and get tore into this, isn't it? It really is. We all hear it, we all know it, we all feel it, and we're all ready to do it. We're all ready to do it, mate. And as you say, Roll's just nice and quiet, just going along nice and quiet. One game at a time, mate. One game at a time, and then let's see where we go with this. And we all know where we're going to go with this. We're winning it, mate. Definitely winning it.
Hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. Do you think there's a chance we could get the Southside Super Six up in the league title in the same season, Albert?
Oh, steady. Steady.
You'll get no chance to get the ticket for Motherwell away.
I'm not saying that. I'm keeping quiet about it.
I think he's very harsh. I think he's been unlucky a few times.
Excuse me, Ops, can I ask Albert a question?
Of course.
Albert, are you still going out dogging with Southside? Because I've not heard the two of you been together for a wee while.
Believe it or not, big man, we're banned for
Stevie,
this,
see,
right?
the next time you're going to ask a question, can you write it first so we can read it?
Just to let all the listeners know that there's no script here.
We're banned for them all. We're banned for them all. He's he's oversubscribed. They're saying you're not allowed in anymore. Away you go.
Listen, we're paying up the page boy suits again, so stand by your beds.
Aye.
Stand by, aye. Well, listen, boys, I'm going to let you crack on, right? Because it's Friday night and I'm a busy man on Friday night. I need to jump into town. The wee man's in there with Sue Ellen. JR and Sue Ellen are out having a meal and I need to go and pick them up. So, listen, I'll let you go. Show's fantastic. What a great wee platform, free platform to come on and talk about anything, dogging, plumbers, anything you want. So, there you go, boys. Listen, I'll love you and leave you. Just, this is a business side. And to every bear listening in tonight, get there on Sunday and let's do it. Let's get behind them, man. Let's sing our hearts out. Let's give it loudly. Know what I mean? Brilliant. Anyway, boys, keep your peckers up and I'll talk to you again. Okay, over now. EK, the Burnbank one, you okay?
Top man, Stevie. You're a top man, son.
Right, you just look after your father, because it's your father that made you out the other day, a teddy bear, okay? Tell the old I'm asking. Right. I'll see you all later. Over now. Albert, we need to go for a wee Indian, okay? My treat, okay? Couple onion badges. Okay, I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate.
He's like a whirlwind, didn't he? He's like a whirlwind, didn't he?
Always finish his own food.
He usually starts on it as well. I'll never forget when we were at the Southside in Albert and he sent him a picture. His language, what was it like, Albert?
Oh, he wasn't happy with that one. He just wasn't happy with that.
He gave us it tight, didn't he?
Oh, aye. You could have sent him pictures in a compromising position, but don't send him any pictures of food because he goes mental, man. He just went mental.
Ops, was he sick?
What's that? Yeah, that's a sideline for you. You could hire out the old uniform, mate. You never thought of that, did you?
Well, what? Aye, well, if it gets you into the away end, why not?
His uniform, his kit's too new, mate. It's never worn. I mean, we're like, you're not a plumber. You're kidding yourself on. You bought that, didn't you?
Says the train driver.
I'm not a train driver.
He gets new knee pads every week. Right. We'll be on to Billy. Evening, Billy.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Hey, Billy.
We've run the building trade tonight, have we no?
Don't start, mate. Don't start.
A big Stevie in there, I hear or no?
He's gone, mate. He's gone.
Oh, the big man, eh? No heard from him for a wee while. Aye, that was good to hear the big man on. Good stuff.
He'll be back. He's sorted some stuff out. He'll be back.
Good stuff. No, I was just before the tune. I'll be trying to be quick as I can. I was listening in earlier on there regarding the VAR situation. I tend to disagree with AK. I know you says you would scrap it, right? And this is my reason for it, right? See if I jumped into a top-end BMW without a licence and I smashed the motor up, right? Would it be the BMW's car's fault or me for jumping into it without a licence, right? It's a technology, right? It's not the problem, right? The technology is not the problem, troops. It's the people who are put in charge of the technology it's the problem, and those that are ruling the game. That's where the problem is, because they don't know the rules half the time, and they're making the rules up as they go along. The technology was brought in to nullify all this nonsense, to try and, as Albert correctly said, to make sure the correct decision was made. And some of the decisions that's been made within VAR, even when they look at it, they're getting it wrong. And it's when they're looking at the rule books, etc., they're getting that wrong too. So it's no the technology, AK. It's a problem, mate. It's the people putting the positions to run the technology. It's a problem, mate. Once we get that right, then VAR will be fine.
AK.
Oh, Billy, listen, I respect your opinion, mate, and I know where you're coming from, and you're right to an extent, but I just think they're overcomplicating the game to try and improve it. See if it's no broke, don't fix it. The World Cups and all that, they've been phenomenal. Standard of that, the European Cup finals, Champions League finals, all before VAR came in, and I just think that football was what it was the public's game. It was a working class game, and they've taken it up a level to try and improve it, and they've overcomplicated everything. And for me, they've took the raw emotion out of the game, because you don't know when to celebrate a goal. The players don't know when to celebrate the goal. It used to be off the cuff celebrations with Ali McCoist and what have you. You know, they used to be fun. Just alone, some of these celebrations, I just think that they've killed a lot of the emotions out of the game. TV purposes, TV money across Europe. You look at that Champions League as well now, Billy. I know it's a wee bit off topic, but your top eight, you're telling me 5 English teams are in the top 8, and what's the reason for that? And you've got Man City in 9th there. It's just money. They're killing competition around Europe. You used to go into a European competition where generally Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts, Dundee, Kilmarnock, going away back to the 60s, they could make the last 40 competitions. That is just impossible now. Impracticability, because Europe, UEFA, FIFA, they've allowed other countries to monopolise football.
I agree with Billy. It is the clowns.
Oh, you would.
Because they listen, they clowns that are in charge of VAR. They can't even control a whistle and 2 cards, mate. They're clowns. And they'll give them technology, buttons to press and screens to look at in slow motion and lines to draw. You can't blow a whistle or produce 2 cards when they're supposed to. So I agree. Until you get the right people in there who know what they're doing and doing it unbiased, just doing it for the right reasons, for the reason it actually get brought in, we're never going to go any further, because it was proved now. It's more out and in. That just finished it for me, mate. That's just finished the whole lot of it for me. Clowns there who are supporting a team and they don't want to give a penalty kick, so it's more out and in, so we're not giving it. Well, that's not the rules, is it? It's not the laws of the game. So as simple as that, mate. It is the people. No doubt about it. It is the people. Technology is fine. And you should actually make it any part of your body onside, no offside, onside. And that's what should happen, mate. But now they're giving you a margin down south, they're giving you a margin on the line. Oh, if your toes just out, we're not going to count that as offside. So we'll just make it onside then. Any part of your body onside, the goal stands. Instead of this, let's do a forensic analysis on this to chop a goal off. It's nuts, mate. It's nuts.
A whole can of worms, I'm sure we'll debate it maybe in the international break. We'll get a bit of time, mate, maybe some of these subjects, but it is a motive, and it's changed again, Billy. It's changed again. Definitely has. There'll be winners and losers incidents of good and bad, and obviously sometimes we all put on the blue tinted specs when you look at it. But listen, I don't think it's gone away. And I think the game could change even more. I can see linesmen disappearing. Is the AI with what they've got, and you've showed that at Wimbledon. There's no line judges there at all. They use the AI, because the linesmen that be offside and the bogging out for a throw-in or a goal kick or a corner, mate, that can all be done with technology. So it's going to be strange how it pans out quite quickly, mate. But listen, we'll come back to it. Get yourself on mute, because we're going to have a tune.
took a trip to Eyebrows, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and went, and the Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was running everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure it started, and the Rangers, they turned the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn, then Hartford to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and in goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardie Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. Well, it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
While you are sitting listening on your own, why not take part and give us a phone? We would love to hear your points of view, so get off your bum and call 0141 356 1972.
Hey, here we go. Big game, build up to that. A big game at Ibrox on Sunday. We've heard for the club, the rallying call. I think Ibrox will be full. I think there'll be people looking for tickets. Arguably, the first time this season. Because I think even the Old Firm game, it was quiet all there. So it's going to be in its time. Shoulder to the wheel, get behind the side, hopefully drive them on, build the atmosphere, intimidate the other team, get the 3 points, chalk it off and move on to the next game. Yes?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Just be concentrated, go on, mate. It's as simple as that, mate. We're better than them. We know we're better than them. We got to go and prove it. No lack of concentration, no slipping into old ways, none of that nonsense, no into the Martin way or anything like that. Do a wee bit of pace, a wee bit of intensity, and we should be fine,
Well,
mate. Absolutely fine.
Got AK Powell into the squad on Sunday, Scott Wilson. AK?
I am looking forward to seeing him. Do you think he'll start? I would be throwing him in there. I believe he's not started again for November, right enough, so but he's seemingly looked brilliant in training.
I think he might start, mate, in that right-hand side, mate, because, you know, and I think your Mikey could come out, and it wouldn't surprise me if Chimani started there also, mate. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I agree. I tend to throw them in. That's why we brought them there in the first place. Obviously, with Barron's injury and that, we're kind of man short in there. I think Chukwani comes in there and bees that guy and possibly allows Diamonde and Raskin to cause a wee bit of damage in the opposition half.
And I didn't think I was saying this, but if Asgard came out the team, Billy, and his form in the last few weeks, which I didn't see coming, he would have a case, wouldn't he? Because he's influenced games.
He is New York's. He's definitely got a wee bit vein of form. Prior to that, he was. I don't know if he was hiding in games or what he was trying to get up to speed or whatever. Whatever's went on there, he's certainly worked it out, and he's actually turned his game round now, and it's shown in the games. He's popping up with the goals. He's starting to influence things in the game. You know, so. You can't. There's an old saying that I like anyway. You don't trap players in form or break up a winning team. You keep it the same because that's up to their players to get into the team, etc., etc. But Asgard's definitely he's definitely turned a corner, I think, and that's a laddie I started to see. He's not shown at all, mind you, but that's a laddie I seen when he played down in England because I was raving about him on this show, Ox, about how good a player he was. And he really disappointed me, Asgard, at the start of the season, you know, but he's starting to turn into that player that I knew he was, you know. But regarding your thing and all about the league, which yourself and Albert were talking about, and that the league wasn't won in January, and we know it wasn't won in January. The league gets won at the end of the season, you know. But what I will say is we've worked our socks off under Danny Rowe to get where we are now. We've put ourselves in a fantastic position, not to go top of the league, but to shut that gap again, you know. And there's no point going to, well, us Dundee come to Rangers at the weekend and us no capitalising and getting the 3 points because, as Big Stevie says earlier on there, something's got to give there. You know, they could go 6 points clear. They could go 3 points clear with Celtic if we get a win. They could get a draw and then it's 4 and then we go 2 points in front of Celtic. There's 2 or 3 different scenarios that could happen. But the bottom line is we've got to win and win on Sunday and win and score goals. If we can see if we can top it, Ox, and get a barrel load of goals in and all, that'd be icing in the cake for me as well.
Aye, 1, 2, 3, 4, mate. That would be good, mate. Listen, my preferred result and the teams that are running about us would be a draw. That's mad. But I think it's a no lose for us. But we've got to do the business all bit.
It's us first, mate. We've got to do our business, and then that will take care of itself. The draw is the best result for us, but any result, one of them's going to lose points, if not the 2 of them. But that's only if we win. We've got to win. That's they keep concentrating on us. And if you listen to the players, they're starting to say it because he's drilling it into them. Don't talk about other teams. Not interested in other teams. We're interested in us. What we do, we need to go out there. We got to go and win this. Nobody's going to hone you. We go and win it. And that's what he's drumming into them. And the only way you're going to win it is keeping winning games. And so far, so good. So I'm expecting them to start in Sunday. It's what do you call it? It's Presley, isn't it? He might try a wee flurry for about 5 minutes, but he'll definitely start in. He'll try and frustrate the life out of us. But no matter what setup he's going to put out in that part, we've got to overcome it and win this game. And we're more than capable of doing it. Let's be honest about it. We get the attitude's right, the pace is right, players' heads are in the game. No bother, we can win it. No bother. It'd be nice to score a couple of goals more than you normally score, but 1-0 will do me. As long as we keep winning, winning's everything.
We're kind of in the slipstream of the top 2 of the now for me, Alberry. It looks as if we're in a kind of cycle race and we've just tucked ourselves in there and we're just waiting on one of them to make a mistake for me. It's definitely there for us, Ox.
Is this the time on Sunday, mate, we pull out to overtake one of them.
Or the know we're there anyway. They know we're there. I'm with you, Ox. I think a draw would be a great result for the two of them to drop points, but I'm also with Albert and Billy. We need to do our business first. We need to put the 3 points on the board and send a statement, because I believe the two of them are kicking off at the same time, 3 o'clock.
Yep.
So
Yes,
if it's starting to filter through to Tynecastle, their Rangers 1 up after 10 minutes, their Rangers 2 up, their Rangers 3 up, their Rangers... they'll get nervous and that'll filter onto the park. Nothing each or something, that'll do me. We're straight there, mate. I'm loving this, and I really am. Brilliant.
I think you're loving it, mate, because we didn't see it coming, if we're honest. If we're really honest, we didn't see it coming. Yeah, you could hope and you could speculate and you could think, but that team in October looked broke, and that team's won 7 out of 7, and we go tomorrow, it's Sunday, it's 8 out of 8. We've never seen it coming, Billy.
Yes, we didn't, mate. Let's be honest. You know, under Martin, no chance. No chance it would. Listen, I'm with Albert on this one and all. I dread to think where we would be if we still had him at the helm, mate. I really do. I dread to think what kind of position we'd be sitting in the league, where we'd be in the Scottish Cup, if we were still in the Scottish Cup, you know. It's a scary thought, mate. But that's what happens when you bring in a new manager. We've spoken about the new manager a few times. Some people, including myself, didn't want the boy. Never really heard that much about him, you know, with his experience, etc. But he's certainly come in, and he's proved myself wrong, and he's proved a lot of other guys wrong as well. We're not there yet. We're certainly not a finished article by any means. We're winning games of football. We're winning one game at a time, and that's what matters. I know we, as punters, etc., we can jump about and look to the game against Celtic and this game and that game, 4 and 5 games ahead. You know, that's just what we do, because we all get excited, etc. But when you're playing at the top level as a professional football player, it's the next game that's the most important. The way I see it now is, Ox, I had a wee punt on a horse a few years ago that won the Guineas notable speech, right? It was Godolphins, the boys in blue. And this is what it's like to me. It's the notable speech was coming cruising to it, swinging off the bridle. The favourite was bait, and he'd only one horse in front of him to bait. And that's what the Rangers are going to do this season. And I'll be jumping about like I was that day when I had £200 in notable speech at 20-1 at the end of that season in George Square, believe you me.
Aye, I hope you're right, Billy. I hope you're right. But the player, we've slaughtered some of these players at times, critiqued them, and we even the night.
Hello.
Oh, I'll come back to these boys. Evening, Brian.
Oh, all right, mate. How's it going? Sorry, guys, because we lost you through silly things. It was actually to do with Butland.
Aye, on you go, mate.
Do you think last night that was a McGregor thing? Do you think he's actually getting to that McGregor situation, that he's getting to the best of his ability?
I thought he made a very good save last night in the first half. It was an excellent save.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think he had a great second half. I thought he put us under pressure a couple of times with his distribution, and he was very, very fortunate when he done the Superman act across. Albert?
Aye, that was the same, mate. The cross especially, I mean, the passing was... You ever notice he's passing? See when he's just passing it out left, right, and he's got somebody there to pass it, he passes it, no bother, that's no bother. But see when it actually comes to a football he's covered, and it comes to a football decision, and you have to pick a pass now, that's when he starts getting into trouble, because he can't pick that pass. He doesn't see the picture right, he doesn't know, he does his judgment on somebody coming in to the back of one of the players, he can't judge the speed of it, mate. So he doesn't know. If he gives you the ball, and next thing the guy's right on your player, and you're like, it's going to be getting him the ball because he's not reading it. But anyway, and he's Superman one. Oh no, I was to answer your question, Brian. Is getting to McGregor starting? No, yet, man. I think he's still miles away for that. Miles and miles away for that. But he pulls off some brilliant saves. he's not a bad keeper now. Last season he was just crap last season, but this season he's reasonably good. He's still got his mistakes, mate. Still got his mistakes. That's why I judge all keepers now. After the Gorham and McGregor and Kloss, they very rarely made mistakes. They made mistakes, but very rarely. Butland makes too many wee daft, stupid mistakes for me.
Is that not down to just with defence as well? But
well, it is to the extent that somebody shoots and you're laying in at the near post. That's got nothing to do with the defence as such. I know they should stop the shot, but once the shot's taken and it's on target, he's got to deal with it. That's the type of thing. I'm not saying that he's the defence are brilliant and he's been left exposed at times. He has, but it's these silly mistakes. They know the ones that you shouldn't really be making. No, that's the ones I'm talking about. Any keeper can get beat. That's a fact. Any keeper can get beat. But they
apart from Randy, yeah.
Aye. True enough, mate. True enough.
AK, in you come.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, mate.
No, Butland for me, he's still nowhere near the levels of legends you're talking about there. Rangers have been fortunate enough, and if you have been following them, we've had some phenomenal goalkeepers. You know, Chris Woods, Gorham, Kloss, McGregor. You know, it's a high bar to reach. I mean, he's an adequate goalkeeper, and by the way, we've been slagging the defence for long enough, but we're actually the joint top. For the stats, the least amount of goals that we've conceded. We've 5 clean sheets in the last 7 games. I believe Butland's had 10 clean sheets in total this year as well. So he's a vital part of that defence, and it's been changing a lot in front of him because of the personnel coming in and young boys in front of him. So he's a big voice in that defence. Some of his individual decisions coming for the ball last night and no getting it, that could easily have been a silly goal and they could have walked away a 1 each. That's us critiquing Butland. Shot stopping, no problem. But there is flaws in his game. You know, that his career will tell you that. He's went to the heights of being an England international, you know, but he's ended up at our club for good reason. But he's an adequate keeper when he's on his game.
He has stopped the big ones, and that's why I was asking that question, because it's just the big ones. He seems to do it, and it's the silly ones that annoys me personally, and it must annoy every single Rangers fan in the world for the wee silly ones. We can't get that round our heads. Whereas Allen or any keeper, back up to Peter McCloy, I can go back that far. I mean, they had stops, saves from inside the box. Although Peter McCloy was a different goalkeeper because he did by different rules, as you know. They had the different rules at that time.
And they could pick the ball up and dig the
Yep.
Listen, arguably Butland's been the most consistent player of the season. And the clean sheets, that'll be the goalie's. That's the goalie's marker for having a good game. I didn't think he had a bad game last night. I thought the save he made in the first half, Billy, was excellent. And we played well. He wasn't too involved in the second half, but his distribution put us under pressure a couple of times, and then that one at the end, he flapped it. And obviously made a save. It looked a good save, but when you seen it was going by the post. I think that's where the corner came from, actually. He flapped it. But look, clean sheet, you can't criticise him, can you?
No, never.
No, you can't, Ox, you know, but we've got to remember as well, all right, the defenders are getting the plaudits here and the goalkeepers getting the plaudits for keeping clean sheets, etc. But in my opinion, playing football, and I'm sure when you've played at whatever level you've played at, that defending comes for the front man, you know, and when it goes right back the way. That's how it works, you know. So it's a good accolade for the full team, for the strikers, the wingers, the midfield, right back to the defence. But you know, Big Butland's got his clean sheets, and that's what keepers love to get, don't they? That's like their goal. When a striker scores a hat-trick, if a goalkeeper gets a clean sheet, that's what they love, you know. But to answer the caller's question as well, I don't think, and this is maybe I'm just biased, mate. I don't think Butland's in the same league as Alan McGregor. And to be honest with you, mate, I don't think he ever will be. And I'll tell you the reason for it. You know, when you look at the ages of the two keepers and where they were at that part in their career, it shows you that how good a keeper Alan McGregor was, even at his age. Now, you could argue the point keepers get older, they get better, but I don't think Big Buckland's going to improve any more in his career. I could be wrong, and he could go on to be the best Rangers keeper ever. That's just the way it is. But right now, mate, I don't think he's going to improve much. But Jack Buckland is still a cracking goalkeeper, and he's kept us in games with big saves, etc. But listen, that's a goalkeeper's job to keep the ball at the back of the net.
I think listen, I don't think it's an insult to say you're behind Gorham, Woods, McGregor, if I'm honest. All better.
No, it's no, they were exceptional keepers. I mean, let's be honest. We're really fortunate we've had over the 20, 25 years, 30 years, we've had some exceptional keepers. So no, it's a high bar. That is one position that is a real high bar. And he's no miles away from it, but he's nowhere near it, to be honest with you. I don't think he's miles and miles away from it, but he's a long way to go before you can call him a McGregor, Gorham, Woods, Kloss. No, I mean, he's still a long way to go before that happens. But he is a good keeper. I mean,
how will you look at him, mate? How will you look at him if we go through and it works out for us and the season turns out to be successful and he's player of the season? Will he move up a notch in your estimations?
Of course he will. I mean, winning changes your mind on everything, mate. I mean, as poor Tavernier's fun out. I mean, poor Tav's scored all 8 goals and done all he's done for us, but we still don't regard, well, some people don't regard him as the best right back we've ever had, or one of the best right backs we've ever had, best scoring right back we've ever had, but not the best defensive right back we've ever had. And that's your primary job. But there you are. But if he won more trophies, there wouldn't even a question on it, mate. Not one question whatsoever. You'd have said he's up there with the best of the best. But winning trophies, that's what it was all about. It's what it's all about for Rangers, winning trophies. That's how we judge everybody.
Yes, talking about winners. Even Southside.
You're going to say when you're talking about the best there, but since you changed it to winners, all right, fair enough. Good evening, Trips. How are yous?
Evening, big man. How you doing,
Buckland. I heard you talk about Buckland. 20 goal errors or something like that. Aye, he's nowhere near the class of Andy Gorham or McGregor. Nowhere near it yet. He's kept us in a lot of games this year. Don't get me wrong. He was pivotal the other night. Last night he made a really good save when they opened us up in the first half, and then we got apart in the score. But nah, he's still got a bit to go. He's still prone to a lot of errors throughout the season. You could count in one hand the many times when Andy Gorham was at fault for all the time he was at Rangers, and McGregor up until his last season was the same. You could count in one hand many mistakes he might be at fault for. But yeah, into double figures when it comes to Buckland. But he's having a good season. He's had some really good saves and he's kept us in a lot of games. But for me, he's still a good bit half the two, mate.
See if McGregor's still. Sorry. I was only asking because if McGregor's still been, remember the role that him, Neil, and that got right last season, right with Barry. If McGregor's still been there, do you think he would have got better?
Because you're a good goal, it doesn't make you a good coach. AK?
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right there, Ox. I believe Southside might actually give you some details on that anything that Alan McGregor actually did pass on to Buckland while he was working with him, he kind of dismissed him. So I don't think there was a good working relationship there either.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
You've got it. There's a lot. You know, McGregor was phenomenal. The piece, you know, we know he maybe a season too long, but his level of consistency was remarkable. You know, and
he's a Ranger.
But I don't think it's an insult to Buckland to say he's just behind McGregor, Woods, and Gorham. I don't think that's an insult. That would be a compliment to the big man, Southsider.
Aye, well, Gorham was world class. 91-92 season, I think he was probably the best goalkeeper in the world at that point. Aye, it's fair to say he's close to there too. Aye, and he has. Listen, he's had a lot of big moments, but he's had a lot of howlers in the Rangers jersey. You don't even need to look at last season. So, but aye, he's having a good. He kept his well in games at the start of this season under Russell Martin. When our goal was getting peppered all over the place. Now with a few heavy defeats and all, it wasn't all his fault because the defence was exposed massively. He's decent, but he's still got a good bit to go. You put him into
that level.
Aye, I think he's still prone to a lot of mistakes, as we've seen happen.
You might never get there, mate. You know.
He'll be up there probably a lot of people's play of the season probably this year. And if we can get this league win, which I hope we do, and we should now for this position, then he'll probably be up there as probably, in a lot of eyes, as maybe player of the year for a lot of people.
Just better defence than we need.
Well, the defence has improved as well, and the one that's surprised me in the last few weeks, and I'll be honest, I let Albert come in with us, then Southside didn't Billy, is Fernandes. I'm not saying he's a finished article, but I think he's improving. Albert.
Oh, he's definitely, mate. There's no doubt about that. I like the big man. I've got a lot of time for the big boy. I like his attitude. I like he's not taking any nonsense. I keep saying this.
Well, a minute, Albert. Brian, you put your phone on mute, mate. We'll get a wee bit of noise when you're not talking. We'll bring you right back. Carry on, Albert.
Okay, pal.
He's
you go,
big Fernandes is. I think he's improved. No end, mate. Even his awareness on the park and his football knowledge, as it were, that has improved. He's still got a bomb scare, of course he is. But I thought he was tremendous last night, as was Big the Jigger, and there were two boys as well, because that was difficult conditions. So you've got to give them a lot of credit for that. I never at any time looked as though they were going to lose a goal or a stupid goal because of the weather or because of a daft decision. So they done all right. The only time we really looked in danger was when Butland was getting the ball away, strangely enough. But for Butland to come into the same conversation as McGregor, he needs to go into some run of games that the mistakes become a distant memory. And you're talking maybe the rest of this season and all next season.
I don't think that will ever happen, mate. I just don't think it'll happen. I think he's a good goalie, a top goalie, but to be at that level, you need to be exceptional. Southside on Fernandes.
Aye, he's getting there. Still got a few wee flaws here and there, and sometimes looks too casual at times. But aye, he's getting there, and we wanted to see him. We probably overspent on him for what we paid. But I'm glad he's getting a run of games, and he's starting to look a wee bit better each game, and it's judge him as game by game. And I thought Jigger looked no bad last night and all. Jigger's got plenty of pace. See the ground he can make up. But him and all looks a wee bit dodgy at times. But listen, he kept a clean sheet.
When I first seen him,
Jigger, was that a Herrera moment? Was it a Herrera moment?
Aye, it was a Herrera moment. I thought, wow, this boy's going to be an asset. It's not maybe panned out. It's not panned out that well, mate.
I think the boy Aaron's made some tackle, and I think maybe Fernandes was involved with a block.
Yeah.
Right, and about 8 or 10 off, aye, because the boy was certainly putting it on target. I don't know if Butland would have got it. It was quite close, and I think he might have buried it. But with a tackle between the two of them, to get a block on that. I thought Aaron's played no bad last night, I thought he covered a lot of ground. A couple of times he was crossing into the box, was a bit poor, but I thought he showed a lot of energy and he got him down the park last night. And I agree with Albert. I mean, going down to that game last night, soaked in the wide, and it was the weather conditions were really poor. Swirling wind down about Ibrox and all. So it was hard conditions to play in last night, and we got the right result, which we wanted to see was a Rangers victory. It's just a pity we didn't get a few more in this competition. But it's all about Sunday, mate. It's all about getting the hammer down on Sunday and battering this Dundee mob into submission. So it is. That's what we're looking forward to on Sunday. Hopefully Ibrox will be bouncing. I know the UB sang their hearts out last night. Need a bit of, I heard the big game was on, so I heard he'll have his singing voice on Sunday.
Have you heard where he's sitting?
I've just been informed because I was waiting to come on. I was informed, yes.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Aye,
okay. You'll be hooked out on Sunday. You'll see a couple of stewards come and take him out, man. You know what's coming, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant.
He'll be laughing the boys. Look, you have to have a rest. I need to go for something to eat. Billy Fernandez.
Aye, I can just see that. Hold on now, lads. I'm away for a couple of pies. Hold that ginger now. I'll be back now. Listen, Big Fernandez. But we paid for him in that. You know, he's a big presence, a big unit of a laddie. That's one thing, and he's only got to get bigger and stronger. He's certainly good in there at set pieces when we're corner kicks, etc., free kicks. He's super dangerous, and he's big and strong in there as well. It could be a wee bit better at defending his area, in certain circumstances, but that'll come as well. You know, I've been watching him as well when we've been getting corners against us. He's getting his head on the end of things to clear the ball and that as well. He looks as if he's a bit of a talker and an organiser as well. Ox, I've been watching that about the lad. You know, sometimes you can see him. He's got the arms and that going. So he's no one of the players that are young boys that's coming up through the ranks that, you know, they're feared to open their mouth. So he's obviously he's got the confidence there to try and talk to the people round about him and listen and try and organise things that's going on round about him. He's a big rough diamond, that's what he is. He's certainly a big rough diamond, and he's only got to get better and better and better.
Hope so, mate. I hope so. AK.
Oh, I like Fernandez, pal. Yeah, I like the goal threat he gives in the opponent's box, and he's a young boy. He's learning his trade, so he's part of a reformed defence that we had for the start of the season, and the clean sheets and all that justify that they've been working a lot on the training ground there. So keep it going, big man. Keep the clean sheets going and keep banging them in and being a threat in the opposing box.
Right, it's time. And now we've got the man on live. He can do it. It's time for Southside's Super 6.
Welcome to Southside Super 6. And get ready for your weekend's fix. He finds it hard to get them right, 'cause most of the time they are shy.
Hi, welcome to Southside Super 6 for January the 24th. First selection this weekend's Tottenham to beat Burnley away from home. Second selection's Leicester to beat Oxford. Third selection's Cambridge to beat Tranmere. The fourth selection is Colchester to beat Fleetwood Town. The fifth selection is MK Dons to beat Shrewsbury. And the sixth selection, Salford to beat Bristol Rovers. You take all six, it pays 30.5 to win.
Well, you have just heard this week's picks, so run out and bet like dicks. The sane amongst you will give it a miss, 'cause for years he has just been taking the piss.
Fucking brilliant.
Well, language, boys, language. Oh dear. AK, £10 on that. Returns what?
Usually nothing. Good luck, Southside.
This is the week, Southside.
I see that capability on that YouTube channel. I'll have words with you.
What did they say?
He wants to chuck his tenner in the bin.
He did really.
Here, have a bit of faith. Come on, have a bit of faith. Here, no. By the way, Billy, you boy,
What?
you owe me 50. You owe me
Aye.
50. That
Aye.
horse you told me was a certainty. I'll how you. You know how.
Oh, listen, that was the one that you beat. What about the one I forgot to press the text button?
Aye,
I
I
wanted
know,
to
but
do
the
that.
other one,
Aye, oh, see.
I'm still waiting on you sending me that £15 note, you boy. Anyway, sorry I missed your call today, mate. I was busy. But aye, this is the week. This is the week, right? Rangers win and Southside Super 6 is banging in the door.
Okay, write that down, mate.
Well,
I think that was a
radio.
Clydesdale horse that Billy gave him. It was a Clydesdale.
Right, good luck, big man. And by the way, fair play to you, mate. You've been close, you've been miles away, but you keep going, yeah?
I've no option. You keep telling me to do it every week. What chance have I got? Anyway, I'll say a shout out, say hello to all the people on YouTube channel for joining the show tonight. Say hello to all them. So they're giving me a doon in there anyway, so might as well say hello.
You went right round the garden of the night, anyway, Southside. Your A teams. Look at the leagues you're into, man. The Premiership, the First Division, the Second Division, the Vauxhall Conference. You know what? I stick a couple of junior teams in and all. Oh, mate, listen. Listen. Didn't listen to him, Southside. Sorry, mate.
I've been joined by Stephen. Evening, Stephen. Evening, Stephen.
Can you hear me?
No. We can hear you, mate. What's on your mind, mate?
Evening, mate. I just wanted to make a quick point. I know it's a bit unrelated to what we've been discussing, right? Or what you guys have been discussing.
Carry on. Floor's yours.
But see the fact that Martin O'Neill's been appointed over there, right? I think that's really prominent this season, because see if you look at it, right, the two closest finishes in Rangers and Celtic's history, two of the closest finishes have been Martin O'Neill at the helm over there. 2003, it went to the last day, final day goal difference, and then 2005 helicopter Sunday, right? But see the way it's went this year. The shit show it's been for Rangers and, sorry to swear, the sort of clown show it's been for Rangers and Celtic this season. It's written in the stars for me that this goes to the last day of the season. Martin O'Neill comes back, right, to try and rescue Celtic and whatever. If they win with him, if they win the title this season with him there, they will build a statue. They're talking about it, you know what I mean? 100%. It's statue kind of like area. Do you know what I mean? If we win it, and he'll go down in our history for losing like 3 times. I honestly think this goes to the last day of the season, and we win this league, and it's the 3rd time that we break his heart on the final day. I just think it's like irony is a master of fate and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? I think it's really deep, and I genuinely think it's something to do with it, Martin O'Neill being over there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll take you to a conspiracy theorist, Albert.
I knew it was going to be. Building a statue, I'll tell you one, if they build a statue of him, they'll not have a youth player next to him anyway. The carry on that's going on up there. But nah, I don't agree, mate. I don't agree with it. It's, I think once we get a head of steam up, mate, there's no stopping us. Honestly, he's just shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic, mate. That's all he's doing. They're panicking, mate. Their time is over, mate. Absolutely over. They've had their free run at these leagues all these years. It's over. So it's time. Hearts have proved the point. By the way, if we'd had our game in place and a decent manager at the start of the season, we'd been miles ahead by now. It's just that we had a complete clown in charge. We made big mistakes in the summer, and that's why we're sitting in the position. But I think if we get ahead of steam up, mate, you'll see us just motoring away. Absolutely motoring away. So, nah. They can have their statue if they want. I mean, they'll get statues of all sorts up there. I mean, let's be honest about it. Priests and all sorts of nonsense. You know what I mean? Enough said. You know what I mean? Come on. But there you go. So no, I don't think it will be close at all, mate.
I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. I mean, if we do, the next couple of weeks are going to be fascinating. Do you know what I mean? Especially Sunday. But I've just got this wee funny feeling. Aye.
Sunday's the start, mate. Sunday's the start, yeah. We're turning for home, mate, yeah.
Aye, definitely. Oh, I hope so. I've just got this wee niggling feeling that it's, I don't know, it's going to go to the last day because he's there. Maybe it's just scarred tissue for fucking history, you know what I mean? But
what's your language, mate?
Sorry.
That's all right, mate. I know it's easy done. We've all done it. AK.
Hi, good evening, Stephen. I really don't want to talk about them, to be honest with you, but listen, Martin O'Neill is what he is. They're panicking. I'm with Albert on this. It's you know, they've made an absolute balls of their system, their whole club, their whole recruitment. But they're so self-entitled. You speak to them, why are we getting this challenge? Why are we not winning trebles? Why are we not winning trebles? Doubles and trebles, no, that were hard to come by because they were bloody difficult to win, because Scottish football was competitive, where you had to go to places and you know, grind out games. Now you've got other teams, Aberdeen, it's basically 4 wins a season for them, but they'll give us games. The competition in Scotland has been killed through a lot of, you know, dodgy dealings, Dundee missing emails, correct, and they've got officials trying everything to win them more trophies and to get red cards, and it's unbelievable. Last night, another red card for them, you know, 4th in 24 games. They've had 0 in 86 domestic games. We've had 1 penalty at Celtic Park in the last 25 years, which was 15 years ago. Just you total up all these things, everything's been contrived to basically gift them success, and now clubs are beginning to get their own house in order. Hearts have started the ball rolling, and Andrew Kavanagh has righted a wrong, and we've handicapped ourselves, so to speak, with the start of the season. But now we are in the ascendancy, and we are the foreign team. The stats are there, so it's trying to stop the Rangers juggernaut. That's what they're all concerned about. Hearts are they don't have the strength and depth of squad, which they'll sort out kind of long term, but that's not going to be a quick fix now. But they're falling apart. They can't attract a proper manager. They can't attract a calibre of player where they used to, and we're on the ascendancy, and I'm strongly in belief that we're going on to win this league title. But
you mentioned Hearts attracting players. Did you see Brighton's accounts that were released?
I have not, pal, enlighten me.
They announced a £55 million loss.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm off to work, so I'm sorry to jump in. I just want to say thank you for letting me call in.
No, anytime, mate. Good to hear from you, mate. Yeah.
And you, mate. I watch your show a lot. I don't phone in, you know. But what the guy was saying there, I do feel as if Rangers are a juggernaut at the moment. I feel as if the momentum's with us. I just can't get rid of that wee niggling feeling in the back of my mind, you know. That's all. But thanks for making me let me make a point in that.
Cheers, mate. You have a good night at work, mate.
Cheers. All the best. We are the people. This league fucking hours. Oh, sorry, swear. Sorry.
You've done it again.
Sorry. Good night, lads.
See you later.
It's Christian's old bit. I've never heard language like it, have we?
Oh, no, I'm shocked.
Yeah. Listen, does it matter, Southside? As long as we win it.
Nah, as long as we win it. They can certainly see us now, that's for sure. I don't know, I didn't mind helicopter Sunday, Easter Road, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Getting rugby tackled on the penalty spot with a few of the boys. That day it was brilliant, but I don't know if the old heart could take it now. Probably end up doing the doctors, getting tablets for my blood pressure. So we'd be better to scud them early and just get this league win, to be honest. But I see what Stephen's saying, and listen, it'd be good if you sort of, it's good if it happened that way, but I would rather win it before then. We've got a right good chance, and that's the way I would like to do it. So we know it's in the bag, mate. But listen, they brought him in, and it's on the hope. It's on the hope. I'm not really fussed about what happens at Tynecastle on Sunday. It's what we do on Sunday at Ibrox, and we've got Clancy as a referee, so there we go. We'll need to get round another one, but it is what it is, and we just need to soldier on, mate. But it's time to get the hammer down and batter these Tardellis and Hearts into submission, mate.
Gentlemen,
Billy,
sorry, Bonnie.
Billy, you looking forward to seeing the new players?
Aye, absolutely, mate. Of course, more. You know that obviously we knew that we were lacking a wee bit strength and depth, for talking sake. You know, so the gaffer's obviously thought about areas that he's wanting to strengthen and where he thinks it'll improve the team. So, aye, definitely, Ox. I can't wait to see them. I was just a wee bit disappointed that one of them was a wee bit, carrying a wee knock now. Just hope that he work with him right properly and make sure that he's bang on the money for when he does come back. Because the last thing you're wanting there is to bring that laddie in, he's carrying a wee knock and then play him too early type thing. He's not to speed, then something else goes wrong with him and it puts him out for the remainder of the season, for talking sake. That's the last thing we need, and then you've only really got one or two fullbacks to slip in there, and one's basically a centre half and he was out injured the new. So when you think about it that way, you only got to have one basically left back to cover in there for cover, and that's the one that'll be playing. But mate, I am really looking forward to the three new players coming in and playing, because listen, if they're going to improve the team on top of what we've already got and the momentum we're building now, it's looking really positive to the end of the season.
Excuse me, Brian, any you come, mate? And you come, Brian?
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Just to say, listen, we are the people, and Sunday, definitely 100% that we should do this on Sunday and prove a point. I mean, it's that bad. I'm sitting watching a silly game just now. It's not a silly game. It's a big game on a Scottish Championship, and there's no VAR, and yet, what a game of football. Honestly, guys. So you need to watch that.
Listen, brother, thanks for the call. We're going to be starting to wrap up the show. Good to hear from you, mate. You have a good weekend and enjoy the game on Sunday, brother.
Yes, always for Rangers, and we will win on Sunday. Okay? Thank you, gentlemen.
Speak to you soon. Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye.
So, listen, Ogbert, I never thought, as we said, that we'd come to this, but this game, as Bridgeman would say, it's the biggest game of the season. The day at Ibrox,
This is the biggest game of the season. The one after it's the biggest game of the season. That's the end of the season now, mate. If you keep winning these games, it just racks up and racks up. So it gets to the stage you're going to get something will break. With one, two, three clubs challenge, something will break. So this one's the most important. But the next one after that will be important, and again. So that's just the way it is. So we need to win this one. Forget about what's coming in the future. Forget about next week, next month, and groups of games and all that. Just keep winning them one at a time. So we're all full focused on Sunday. And I'm reasonably confident Sunday we can beat them. Have you asked me when Martin was in charge the last time we played them? No. No. But I wasn't. If we'd have played Annan with Russell Martin in charge, I wouldn't have been confident in beating them either. So a lot's changed since then, mate. And we're a better team. We're definitely a better team. It's just down to us now. If we keep the attitude right and keep the concentration levels spot on and the work rate, there's nothing's going to stop us, mate. Absolutely nothing. It's down to us, but to do that, down to certain players to knuckle down, get nonsense out of their head and just keep going.
And right, AK, who is these players that's going to start on Sunday then?
Are you asking for a team?
Yes.
I'll give you a stab at that. I think the back four and Butland will be the same as last night. I would go a diamond in midfield. I would start Chirkwani at the base, Raskin on the right, Diamondi left, and Moore up top. And our new signing, Scott Wilson with Chermiti.
Who's playing on the left side of that, mate?
Diamondi on the left of the diamond.
Up front?
Up front, just, well, Scott Wilson and Chermiti up top. With Moore just sitting in behind them.
So make an appointment for HR for him for a Monday morning. That team, yeah, he might be close with the personnel, but it's not going to be that shape. And at this moment in time, I never thought I'd say this. Would you take Asgard out the side?
Aye, listen, I think he'll fluctuate in and out the team.
Right.
I think he will. Competition, keep them all fresh. I know he's run a wee run of goals and stuff, but I probably would take him out and no start him and put him on the bench, to be honest. And just, I think Chukwuani's got to play, didn't he? I think you've got to get him in. We signed him in the January transfer window, so I think he's got to take him in playoffs.
Well, he might play in the Baron role. He's definitely got more physicality over there, eh?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. My team is Butland, Tavernier, Jigger, Fernandez, Magoma, Raskin, Diamondi, Chukwani, Moore, Chermiti, and Olsen or Wilson.
Right, you're playing Moore on the left and Olsen. I think Olsen plays in the right man, mate, yeah? Even though he's left-footed.
Aye.
Okay, so yours is a sort of 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. What was your rationale with the diamond, Care? Were you just trying to shoehorn Chermiti in? Sorry, Chukwuani.
I think you've got the personnel there that you could weigh the ball. I think that could affect your midfield. Sometimes your midfield become a wee bit too narrow, but I think Scott Wilson on the right wing cutting in with his left. You're looking for probably Arns or Raskin even to kind of overlap there and be out there too. I think we've got loads of bodies there that we're not suited to one particular formation now. You could go 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 4-4-2. I just think we've got it in it there. We've got a wee bit of adaptability, and I think Danny Rowe might adapt in certain games. We've certainly got the personnel that can play that for me.
I think there'll be two changes, and I don't know about the shape. I don't know if Chukwuani will start. I think I would start him, but I don't know. I think Scott Wilson, as we're calling him, will definitely come in on the right. I think Moore might come out the team due to his performance last night, maybe take him out, and I think Tav will come back because it will be more offensive, if that makes sense, Billy.
Aye, maybe that's how he was getting rested during the week. You would think Tavernier will come back in there and that right hand side. I think Dundee play a 4-1-4-1. I'm sure they play. So, as I've said, a 4-ox. I don't know if any I've picked up on it or talking to Southside about it as well. What Danny Rowe's no fear today. He's no fear to match these teams up with other formation they want to play. So he obviously does his homework, and when he's matching teams up with their formation, he obviously believes in his own players, that he's got the players there at his disposal that are going to be better than the players he's got to be playing against. And that's the reason why he's matching them up. Then if you do that, you can also tinker with the formation during the game. If it's not working, you can twist the formation round to suit yourself or tweak kings, bring different players on for different positions, etc., etc. But well, listen, we'll be all right on Sunday. I've got no qualms whatsoever. I know Dundee have won. I think they won about 4 games there or something. They won 4 games or drew 1. I think they're in a wee bit of form as well. I think what is it? They've won 4 out of 5 or something. I think Hearts beat them. I think 1-0 up at Dundee when Hearts they got the player sent off. So listen, they'll come to Ibrox with their tails up on Sunday, But listen, we should take more than enough to go and get the 3 points and get a few goals into the bargain and Hawks.
Hope so, mate. Hope so. Hope we get the goals just for the confidence. I'd like picture mate to score. Listen, Billy, thanks for the call, brother. Yeah, I know you maybe not got it at the moment, but cheers, mate. Speak to you soon.
Okay,
Yeah,
mate. Take
speak
it easy,
to you
brothers.
last thoughts for your good self, Southside.
Aye, thanks for having us on and taking the call. It's just a buzz, mate. It's what we do. We've got a wee bit of ground to make up on Hearts, but we've got the income to Ibrox shortly. We've got to make sure we do the business, but it's all about Sunday, first and foremost. We need to get the victory, and then we'll see where we are at the end of the afternoon. And then it's just about hunting everybody else down. But listen, the league's well on. We're there. It's well there for us to go out and win. I think we might get another signing or two, maybe in the door, but it looks like before the end of the window shuts, so it will strengthen us even more. And that'd be a good wee bonus for us if we can get the right two players in that they're chasing at the moment. So hopefully we'll get the 2 deals done and that'll be us. But hopefully Ibrox will be loud and proud on Sunday. It's time to get the atmosphere back right round the whole stadium. So hopefully, and I'm sure the big one, where I'll see him sitting on Sunday, will probably help that atmosphere for where he's going to be. So looking forward to it, mate, and thanks for having us on as always. And it's good to be on with the legend that is Albert and AK and your good self, mate.
Aye, if you look over at the Union Bears on Sunday, you'll see the boys with their black on it, and there'll be somebody with a big orange jacket on, yeah?
Well, it's better than on, but as long as he wear that yellow one he had at Aberdeen, it'd be all right.
He's not going to wear that again, is
He was like 20 pie. He was like 20 pie.
So said, when he's singing in the Union Bears this week, he'll have them all eating pies.
Aye, he'll flit a bit.
Oh, man. You might have to go and get him, take him in.
Oh, don't say that.
Listen, mate, good to talk to you. Speak to you soon, brother.
Aye, speak to you soon. Thanks, mate.
AK.
Great show the night. Really enjoyed that. Great callers in there tonight, and good to hear again for Big Stevie. Billy and the housewife's favourite coming in to give Super 6. Brilliant again, Albert, Ox, the techie team, everybody that's listening. Big Stevie, I'm just imagine him being the capo of that UB. They'll need a scaffold up for him. Brilliant. Come on, the Rangers.
He's gone for that, Joe. He thinks you got a free house in Dubai. Right.
He's just texted he's sticking a tenner on the Super 6, so there we go. And they're bigging.
Brilliant. Thanks to Stevie thanks for Stevie and Brian and the other Stephen for joining us. Thanks to Billy, Southside for joining us. Of course, AK and Albert for doing the show. Fox and All School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 2 o'clock on Sunday as Danny Roll keeps us rolling with another victory at Ibrox. Take it away, All School Blue.